peaceful day to everyone. Welcome to Pathways of Hope. My name is Alvin Fabella. Today, let's discuss Matthew 12, verses 38 to 42. Are you the type of person who needs a sign before you believe? Are you like the scribes, the Pharisees, who in today's gospel demanded for a sign from Jesus Christ? They wanted a sign like the 10 plagues that the Egyptians received when they wanted to see who is the one who sent Moses to them. Who is this being who demands that his people be freed so they can worship freely? But at that time, the demand of the Pharisees and the scribes, it was quite foolish. Because Jesus already performed a lot of things. He did miracles, he did healings, he controlled nature, he multiplied bread. And yet the Pharisees continue to demand for a sign. And this is what Jesus Christ replied to them. An evil and an unfaithful generation seeks a sign, but no sign will be given it. In verse 39, Jesus says that the only sign they will receive is the sign of the prophet Jonah. Jesus compares himself with the prophet Jonah. Jonah is from the Old Testament, but he is a foreshadowing of Jesus Christ. He is a type of Jesus Christ. That means he is from the Old Testament, yet he is revealing someone who will be coming in the New Testament, and that is Jesus Christ himself. I highly encourage you, find time to read the book of Jonah in the Old Testament so you can have a better appreciation of what I'm sharing to you now. Let me give you a quick list to compare the two. What is the mission of Jonah? The mission of Jonah was to preach repentance to the Ninevites so that they can avoid destruction. The mission of Jesus Christ was to preach the good news and repentance so that they may be reconnected to God again. Jonah was willing to sacrifice himself by being thrown off the ship so that the other shipmates may avoid death. Jesus Christ was willing to sacrifice himself as well, willing to die on the cross so that he can save mankind. Jonah was was inside the belly of the fish. Jesus Christ was also in the tomb for 3 days after he died on the cross. And on the third day, Jesus Christ rises again. Look what happens to Jonah. After 3 days, the fish spits him out. He is resurrected from the belly of the fish. And what does he do? Jonah goes around Nineveh and preaches repentance for 40 days. What does Jesus Christ do after he resurrects from his death? He goes around, shows himself to his friends, followers, and apostles for 40 days. And on the 40th day, he ascends back to heaven. They both preached repentance because they wanted the people to receive the gift of God, and that is salvation. But in today's gospel, Jesus tells them that he is someone bigger than Jonah, that they will receive something which is bigger than Jonah. At the judgment, the men of Nineveh will arise with this generation and condemn it, because they repented at the preaching of Jonah, and there is something greater than Jonah here. In verse 42, Jesus continues, at the judgment, the queen of the south will arise with this generation and condemn it, because she came from the ends of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and there is something greater than Solomon here. How about you? Do you also require a sign from God before you believe him? Jesus died for you already. What proof? What else do you need to believe him? St. Paul preaches this to the Corinthians. For Jews demand signs, and Greeks look for wisdom, but we proclaim Christ crucified. When it comes to God, it's not a matter of seeing, it's not a matter of thinking or understanding. It's all about love, because that is also the basis of God when he deals with us. When he deals with us, he doesn't look for a sign. He doesn't look for a sign that, will this person really change? Will this person be faithful to me? Will this person really turn away from sin? No, he accepts you as you are already. He loves you unconditionally. And that is the message of the gospel for all of us today. We believe because God believes in us. Hold on to that truth. Receive Jesus Christ and believe. If you were blessed by this video, please like and share it to all your friends. Help us to be a pathway of hope to others. God bless your week.